Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Rita, Aries Sky Rita Lee's channel. I'm crabbing my coffee, also known as Rita. A little inside humor about that. Let's get down to it because I don't have much time because time is ticking. Okay, I want to tell you a couple things. We're going to be talking about prepping. I'm prepping about pre-prepping and post-prepping. Let me put this on just to be funny tonight. Pre-prepping is where you prep and make sure you have everything in order for natural disasters. For us, we have a blizzard coming. So Chloe's like, "Oh, it's gonna rain next about Christmas time." We don't know. All right, the weatherman can't forecast. They didn't forecast a winter storm coming through here. That's why I don't trust the billions of dollars going into the government. Okay, so, anyways. Let me just tell you what's going on in the world, all right? I feel like I'm getting fatter. I'll get out of it soon enough, It's my age. Anyway, so you preppers out there, first you want to have your lanterns and your lantern and your lanterns and your matches and your lighters and everything else ready to go for an emergency prepping situation. I pulled out my lantern. Well, Chloe found me one. I don't know where she put it. But it's here. So here's my LED lantern. In case it powers out. Got plenty of batteries for it. See? The lantern's right here. This will work perfectly. Small. You get them for like $5. They work. And this will keep you. You can even read with it. I use that as an emergency prepare just in case for you preppers out there. Another thing you want to do is if you are knowing the blizzard's coming, you want to batten down the hatches. Make sure you keep everything in order. For example, during a blackout, you want to have handheld radios set up just in case. We have the handheld radios charged, so you're gonna have the handheld radio. The other thing is before the power outage or blizzard, you're gonna want to charge your phone because some of the newer phones have the application where you can go scroll through your settings and you can use it as a flashlight. So you want to make sure your phone's fully charged. This one, my flip phone, Chloe has it. Flip phone is literally, no flashlight. You can actually flip the clamp phone and use it as a light, but eventually the screen goes out. So you see. Next is for prepping for winters, a winter coat. This one here is the brand I use. I'm telling you, you go outside, you're going to want this to be nice and toasty with you. Nice and warm because, you got to make sure. You also want to make sure your walking shoes are in good condition. Usually I go out and check the mail with these, but mailman ain't coming today. That's right. Mailman ain't coming. We got a lot of delays. Prepping also means that when you're prepping, you always make sure you have cards ready to play cards until it gets dark. There's a power outage. Another prepping tool is if you know there's going to be a power outage, and you want to make sure to get some stuff like chips and crackers, cheese and crackers, even a Lunchable thrown in the fridge will be fine. As long as you don't keep opening and closing the fridge. Make sure you keep water on hand. Just make sure you have your water pitcher. If you have time, you can grab a bag of ice, put it in your food cooler, you keep your water that way so you can just keep opening it. But the main thing is to make sure you're fully prepped for the situation. Now, if the power goes out, if you have a data plan, you want to conserve your data plan too, checking the information on, say, your phone to check on the electric company. I do have a web browser built into my phone. I don't use it. They always say, oh, your data's been updated. And it's like, I got 300 gigs stored away. So it's like, just keeps rolling over for me. But the thing is I don't use it. I probably use, and that's the thing. If on a flip phone, the battery goes out quicker. So you have to be prepared for that. Other things is if you're going to basically do videos, and you're going to use a lantern, you could also use your computer, but your battery will go dead. So you can always basically video what's going on, to share with you guys, preppers out there, when you get back online, you can upload it. So a lot of you preppers out there, one of the things I say is prepare, make sure your heater's on. Right now, my heater has not left the 80-degree mark. It is, the problem with it is when you have a winter storm like this, your heater needs to be higher than 70 degrees, because if it's below 15 degrees, you want to increase it 10 to 20 degrees higher, because your entire apartment will heat. And as long as you keep it, the wind's not going to try to freeze your pipes or anything. Now, that unit next door, not the unit next door, they don't have any heat, so the pipes can freeze. Now, here, our pipes are staying as warm as possible, but you also got to plan carefully. So, for example, if you start to feel cold spots in your apartment, that's where you turn your temperature up 5 or 10 degrees, or your home, and keep it balancing it out, because it's a balancing act. Because once sometimes windows aren't fully sealed, so wind will get in there, you might freeze a bit. Another thing as an emergency preparedness is always make something before it gets too dark, dinner wise. Okay, for me, I always make pot of ramen. Just throw it on, throw it in there, throw it in, done. Or quick mac and cheese, because once power goes out, you ain't eating. I had a pizza once in the oven. It stayed in there for like 18 hours. There was no way we were going to eat it, even though it was only cooked for 10 minutes. So you guys need to realize, on the preppers part of it, you have to prep for that too. That's why we always recommend crackers, cheese, chips, a few little extra snackies just in case. Chips will come in handy for those nights. The other thing I highly recommend as an emergency backup is get a wool blanket or two. If you have a wool blanket, that'll keep you nice and toasty in the wintertime, But your main thing is you need to keep prepping. But this is what you prep for. You prep for disasters like this. California got hit with a 6.4 earthquake this morning. Those people, they're prepping too, A lot of you preppers out there, you sit there and say, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, it does. See, let me just put it this way. I keep the weather forecast set up for prepping for Poppy, right? He's not prepared. So if something happens, his pipes freeze in Ohio, he's screwed. His basement's going to be flooded. Yeah, because, I know where his pipes are. Another thing is even if he keeps his furnace at 70 degrees, it might be 70 degrees, but it might be colder too with the wind chill. So you might want to crank it to 80 degrees. Make sure the temperature stays toasty and consistent. Once the storm passes, you can turn the heater up and let it cool down. But during a winter storm, you always want to keep the heat a little hotter than usual. Same with if you have a wood stove. Next is, like I said, make sure you have everything you need, your food. That's why I always say, Dad, of course, he always keeps Pepsi and Diet Pepsi and cookies on hand. But you know what? You can't live on Diet Pepsi and cookies as a diabetic, but whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Thing is, you don't want to eat anything that's freezer cooked right now. During this time right now, you want to eat something simple and fast. Bag of chips, some ramen. Keep it going, because you don't know what's going to happen next. When you do, minimize your going outside. That's the other thing. You want to minimize going outside as much as possible. You could get a cold from it, so just be careful. Another thing is, as long as your internet's holding out, maintain a channel for weather and other things. I have Google Voice up. I have Google Voice up. I have Google Voice up. Also, when you have the internet, you want to check for office hours and business hours, and you can check on Google for your local businesses for calling them to see if they're open if you need something. Usually, during a snowstorm, you want to stay in as much as possible, because, this is where it gets pretty hardy and cold. So, the other thing is you can also prep soup, You know what you're doing. A couple cans of soup, a couple cans of milk. Throw it together. Have a cup, hot, warm bowl of tomato or mushroom or chicken soup. You'll be fine too. Thing is, you want something quick and simple just in case power goes out. And you want to make sure you can get it done fast and efficient. Ramen's fast and efficient. Boil some water. You're good to go. Otherwise, you're screwed. Literally. You want to make sure you have food. Mm-hmm. And then you got to hope like hell power doesn't go out. Because, power goes out, all you got is your lantern. Mm-hmm. Other thing is, because we're on an island, power comes in from a dam. The Cascade Mountains can be pounded with snow. You want to be prepared. You want to be fully prepared for anything. This is why we prep. A lot of preppers say, oh, well, it's not that bad. Yeah, it is. I mean, literally, what if you sit there and you call us crackpots and then you guys don't have any food and your power's out for 2 days or 3 days? You think neighbors are going to be knocking? You think neighbors are going to knock on? You're going to knock on your neighbor's door and be like, "Hey, you got any food? I'm hungry." I mean, think about it. You got to prep. Never ever open your freezer during a power outage. Like chest freezer, leave it closed. That'll stay at least 2 days cold. Thing is, you want to make sure you are fully prepped, fully ready to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why? Because you don't know what's going to happen. And that is why you prep. Always keep an extra bottle of water on hand, a gallon of water if you do. Keep water filled in your fridge. Keep ice in your cooler. I always keep Pepsi on hand during a power outage in case. It might be sugar water, but it won't let your sugar go down. Like this here, I refill it. This cherry Pepsi, I believe it is. Or is it regular Pepsi? I can't remember. Ugh. So, point is, make sure you have everything in order. And don't go out unless you have to. I mean, literally, if your kids say, oh, my Game Boy doesn't have any batteries, Dad, don't go buy batteries. You should have had batteries on hand in the back room in your prepper's cabinet. I keep extra batteries on hand. I buy extras and I use what I have in my emergency backup batteries stay in one place. Batteries last a long time, but you want to make sure you always keep batteries on hand. A lot of you preppers out there don't realize batteries will be something good. Power goes out, you want your batteries for either your scanner or non-scanner. I know I made a joke a while ago. I shouldn't have made it with the stocking stuffers, but some scanners will fit in a stocking. Fortunately, I don't know, But anyway, we're not here to talk about stocking stuffers. We're talking about what you need to know. Now, let me give you an example, okay? Higgins emailed me. Moderator Higgins is from Lansing, all right? He's got 8 to 17 inches coming. Windstorm, snap, everything. I mean, he's getting the whole kit and blizzard, okay? He better be prepared with his candles, his matches, his lighters, his food, everything. He's got to make sure that if his power goes out, he can still cook his food, even if it's canned food. This is why we prep. Zoe, of course, she's in Chicago. She's in a high-rise. Power goes out. You better make sure you damn well have the necessary. And people say, oh, well, we're in this area and we're a power, Doesn't matter if you're running on coal power, hydropower, or nuclear power. Problem is the power lines. Power lines gets too much snow, and then the wind goes into 15 below, 30 below, 45 below. They can snap. You can be out of power for a day, 2 days, a week. You're gonna sit there and tell your son, oh, sorry, we can't charge your DS or your switch up because we have to conserve. And all these people that are glued to their phone, nobody calling their friends, phone lines are going to be tied up, circuits are going to be busy because everyone's going to be using their phone to talk when their phone could be used specifically for 2 reasons: checking the local power outages, checking what's next on the preppers, and 2 is to make calls as needed. That's Chloe. Hello. Great. What about the big store? Okay. You know what I like? It just doesn't matter, I guess. It's just tobacco, anyways. That's fine. Whatever. Copenhagen, Grizzly, or Skull regular, whatever. Yeah, I was gonna ask for Pepsi too, but okay, no problem. All right. Yeah, they should have milk. They might maybe I might have to splurge a bit and get some chips or something. We're gonna have to make dinner when we get back because power goes out. We won't have anything to eat. So I'm thinking ramen tonight for dinner, quick and simple. Or maybe some mushroom or tomato soup or something quick and simple. All right, that's settled then. Okay then. Yeah, well, I'm just making sure in case, but also right, right. And then, like I said, just you know, nope. All right, well, keep me informed. Bye bye. So she called to let me know the little store is completely closed. That's the main gas station on the hub. Apparently they closed, but the big store is open next door. So they called the little store and the big store is open. So she's gonna try to see what they have tobacco wise and grab a gallon of milk. There's another reason why you keep prepping. Also, you make sure you don't have to go out. Like I said, I can have ramen tonight. Simple and easy. This is why we prep with ramen as a backup. Haven't had ramen in a while, anyways, and it's basically comfort food. She doesn't think there's gonna be power outage. I'm not so sure, so I'm prepping for all issues. So next up on the list is like I said, you don't want to go out during something this cold. I mean, literally, check your area. Chicago, of course, like I said, you want to have your can opener ready. You want your canned foods ready to go. You want to make sure if you have gas, natural gas, it works. Otherwise, you better have snackies and munchies to go along to do your prepping because it's going to be pretty bad. For example, I have my dad's place, Cleveland, Zoe's place, Chicago, and then Higgins' place, Lansing, up on the weather thing, so I can monitor their weather too. I mean, if I have power and Higgins don't, and Higgins want to call me on a cell phone, he can and say, "What's the weather like?" Damn it, Ebo, you left another turd on my damn. Look at this turd. Now I gotta wash my hands. See, this is what we're supposed to get. So Chloe said it's a good idea to eat ramen tonight due to the fact that ramen will be set. Now a lot of you out there have been worried about Christmas. That's something I was thinking. Mom, what's up? You like food? Yep. What have they got any of those donuts? You know what I'm talking about, right? The donuts? Lit donuts. Those maple donuts. Wouldn't mind scarfing down a couple donies tonight, too. You want some donies? Donies! Yes, donuts. All right, here's another thing you need to basically be very, very careful with prepping, okay? If you have to have it, I always keep a bucket on hand. All right, bucket, sponges, just in case you want a sponge bath. You can, fortunately, as long as your camp stove's good, you can heat the water up and then do a sponge bath. Unfortunately, that's what I did today. That's why you see me in clean clothes, not my usual jammy bottoms and jammy whatever. But a lot of people have said, they've said, oh, there's a big storm hitting the U.S. and the postman ain't delivering. Well, postman's been told by the postmaster to get everything done by 5. If he doesn't deliver by 5 and he gets in late, then there's problems. I mean, think of it. We have a snowstorm, right? Advocates turned around and said, and I quote, that if there's more snow, which is coming down now, then then they're snowed in tomorrow and the wind's freezing and black ice and everything else. They're not going to be able to get in. A lot of people don't want to go in anyways during black ice and stuff, so you have to prepare for that. But another thing you might want to prep for is package delays. I mean, look, we're 5 days to Christmas, and yet, you know. So I was just looking at a package. So get this. So a package went from Portland, Oregon to Troutdale, Oregon. Instead of going north, it went south. So whatever package this is, I don't know if it's Zoe's package or whatever it is. I think that's Zoe's package. It went to Troutdale. So it's sitting currently in Troutdale, Oregon. So because this one here is same one. Yeah, same package. Okay. This one's at Troutdale, Oregon. So there's two that went from Portland to Troutdale. Oh, yeah, that's the same one. All right, I can see the numbers now. All right, this one is currently left Nevada. I think that's one Mama Pee-wee ordered, I think. It's weather delay and right here. So weather delays, 2 alerts, weather delay. They didn't even try to deliver. That's what Mama Pee-wee said. So that one there is what it is. And then the last package on FedEx, because I got 3 packages, is in Arizona last time they checked. Because of weather delays, it is currently in transit, so it could be stopped because of weather. So, should be here tomorrow, but I doubt it with the weather the way it is. And then you got a UPS package coming out. I got all FedEx. What was the UPS? So if you get the idea, UPS, there's a weather delay there. That's what Mama. All right, so this one was delivered front door. Okay, yeah. Okay, that says delivered. And then this one is, I believe, what Zoe's package. Yeah. On the way, delayed. Supposed to be tomorrow, Thursday, but with weather delay, it could be Friday. So I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. So that's another thing you got to check on weather reports is what's coming, what's not. Now, the Postal Service ain't running, and the FedEx ain't running, and the UPS thing. This is why you prep in case of these delays. I mean, literally, power goes out, you're prepped. Power doesn't go out, you're still prepped. Till the storm blows over, you want to make sure you always have your food, whether it be oatmeal, rice, ramen, stuff that's simple and quick, because in case it goes out, that's it. Plain and simple. So, that's why you got to keep prepping. There goes snowing still. All right. Hello. Oh. Yeah, that'd be fine too. Hey, they got any of those special donuts? I know their store sells donuts. The chips or the donuts? Okay. What are they? Yeah, I know, but what are they? The maple? Yeah, I like those limited edition maple ones. Sound pretty damn tasty. Sure. Well, don't spend your money because you still owe me. I can buy the donuts. Ugh. Fine. Well, I was buying my dip, and I was buying the chips, and then I was buying the donuts. I don't know how much it's going to come out to. I'm limited on funds myself. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about my gift card. Yeah. So now I'm the selfish one. Yeah, figures. Uh, I'll skip the donuts then, so we save money because that's. Just grab a box of donuts. Just get it over with. Yeah, chips or donuts. What do you think? No, I'm in the mood for both, but I can go donuts only. Let well, just grab them both, I guess. If I go over $59, then we're screwed. Okay, there you go. Fine. Bye bye. Fucking son of a bitch. Doesn't think anything. You see, this is why I live with someone who's a borderline, throwing a fit about me getting chips. I was like, grab a box of donuts. I'm buying my own. They're like, see, the thing is, they want and they want and they want, and yet they don't prep like I do. I mean, literally, she had to go get tobacco, so she was getting milk, a box of donuts, chips, and she's like, I'll put my chips and donuts back. Yeah, well, thing is, I can't spend a lot of money because we still got till payday 2 weeks. And so you have to budget properly. That's why I was budgeting properly. But Chloe, of course, with a storm like this, you should have got more snacks in. But you got to remember, with someone like me, the problem is the weather. The thing is, with weather delays, Amazon backlogged, you got to worry about your food supplies. And so that's why I was saying what I said. I mean, the milk can come in handy for mushroom soup or. Did you eat your food already? You fat little pudge. Pudge already ate his food, apparently. Man, didn't I feed you already today, or did you just keep eating? Well, Pudge. Pudge ate it. I'll give him some more. That's all he does, I think, is live on food. Pellets in, pellets out. There you go, that should be fine. We're out of carrots, so. There you go, Evo. Gotta get that clean. She won't do it today again. She'll be like, don't. Think of him. Chloe only thinks about her needs, what she needs now, not anything else. That's why she's narcissistic. People say to me, "Oh, well, you should," But anyways, thing is, this is what pisses me off. I mean, literally, power goes out. You got to prep for every case and scenario. Like, for example, power doesn't go out and you need caffeine. You're worried power might go out. You make coffee as fast as possible. You keep tea bags on hand too. You can also get coffee, and little coffee squares. Like tea bags, coffee bags. Yep. I haven't seen those in a while. I used to love the sucking on sugar cubes when I was a kid. That was pretty damn entertaining back in the day. Anyways, I was just checking the weather. So, but yeah, anyways, you just gotta keep prepping, but this is why we prep. A lot of people think we're insane prepping, but this is why we prep. I mean, think of it. Weather's gone down the toilet, you gotta prepare. I mean, literally, you got to prepare. Mailman has it delivered, you got to prepare for that. Packages don't get delivered, you prepare for that. You basically prepare for all situations and all scenarios. You know, my dad, he says, "Oh, you can text me. I'm easier to get text. I'm easier to be text. Oh, better turn this on. What does it say? Most snow. Oh, yeah, that seems cool. I'd like to know where the most snow is in Washington State. Dude, I just fucking hit this. How many times? Wow. Yeah, we got a lot of snow too over here. So the news was telling me. See, that's why you keep the news thing working. So some of you guys, I took a video earlier for you guys on Instagram on the weather, So we just gotta wait, No new email. That's an interesting thing. Yep, see right there. Your package is delayed possibly until Thursday, but if it's delayed because it's in Troutdale, it means it's going to be delayed till Saturday. So, Christmas Eve, and then because it's FedEx and it's a stocking stuffer, apparently, Zoe's not watching this evening. She's got a deadline at 12 o'clock Chicago time. So it got to be funny with her for once. That her package is delayed because it went from Portland to Troutdale. They didn't. They basically sent it to Troutdale instead of sending it up north to Renton or Redmond. So because usually Troutdale goes from Renton or Redmond and then to Burlington or Troutdale to Burlington because Burlington shut down, and apparently the Mount Vernon area where Burlington is got 9 inches. They're basically stuck. So you got to look at package one that Zoe ordered ain't gonna get in till Monday, probably next week. Well, it's the thought that counts. So she's got a present. Her presents are delayed too. Amazon said they're backlogged when it comes to crayons. I mean, literally, she wanted fridge magnets. I mean, literally. But then again, Mike's coffee's delayed too. So it's like Mike's coffee's delayed. Zoe's magnets delayed. Zoe's crayons are delayed. Hell, I should have got her a roasting pan. I might have got there 2 days, but instead, nope, they're just saying after Christmas or before Christmas or maybe right before Christmas or after Christmas due to the fact that the shipping is problems. I mean, you don't know what's going on around the country. I mean, if New England gets hit, and New England gets hit, and Midwest gets hit, and the Northwest gets hit, there's nothing that can be done. Just got to prep for it. I mean, literally. I mean, yeah, the winter storm's coming in. Dad's like, "Oh, you're gonna do this, we'll go 4-wheel drive." Really? 4-wheel drive ain't gonna do shit if you don't have chains on your damn truck or your SUV. If you're gonna go out and drive 4-wheel drive, you might as well just total it and basically bitch that you destroyed your tracker or whatever it is. I think he drives a Kia, no, Toyota RAV4. So he's like, you know. So, you know, he paid like 13 grand for a used RAV4 with 100 and some thousand miles on it. It's his business, not mine. But still, if he thinks he's one of these weekend 4-wheel drivers and doesn't need anything, I think at his age, he shouldn't just sit there and say, well, I got 4-wheel drive, I'm good. 4-wheel drive or not, the thing is, you preppers think if 4-wheel drive is going to be good, you better have chains to go with it. And sometimes I recommend keeping studded tires in your garage just in case. You know, so you got your studded tires or your snow tires, your chains, or put your snow tires on before winter or right when winter's changing, and then keep them till spring. Pay the guy to take them off, put them back in your trunk, take them home, and you can rotate your tires out. So as long as you know, some people don't even have that idea, but then they say, "Oh, we're going 4-wheel drive," and then they total their car. They're like, "What's my car? Did you put chains on?" No. Well, there you go. I mean, literally, chains are there to help with the traction. A lot of people think 4-wheel drive means no chains. When I grew up, you had that 4-wheel drive, studded tires, and chains, and that's it. You're lucky to get out. When I was working with my dad a long time ago, snowstorms like this, only two things that made us go out in this type of weather: leaky roofs or leaky gutters. Otherwise, we were ordered to stay in and keep the wood stove manned throughout the winter. And that's if we got dumped. I remember one time there was one Arctic blast after another Arctic blast. I mean, so much snow that year that literally we were manning the damn wood stoves, the fireplace wood insert wood stoves. We were manning everything. My family, they're like, "So how's the weather up there?" No power. That's why we had an emergency cell phone too, but no power. See? So when you're prepping, you got to prep the right way. And that's something you got to do. You know? So I want to thank you all, you know, and, you know, other thing is this is why you keep a mobile hand scanner, police scanner, just in case. I'll keep you up with weather updates and news. Fortunately, I don't like listening to the weather scanner. I like listening to the news, you know, through the police. Now, if you listen to your police radios from time to time, yes, and you listen to it properly, damn fucking bug, get off my cat screen. Excuse me. Oh, almost threw up there. Yep. Sometimes even me, you know, a little indigestion. Take my med now. You know, so like I said, for all you out there prepping, this is a time to be grateful. I've been in power outages where we had to basically move our Christmas dinner to another house because there's no power. So trust me, it's not an easy thing. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's easy." Yeah. You know, I'm just checking on a couple things, prepping things for Christmas. A lot of people are saying, what's going on? How goes it? I'm like, cool. When I was a kid, my sister Teddy the other day, she asked me the other day, did I get her present? I said, oh yeah, I got your present. It's all gravy. She's like, cool. Yeah. I was like, right on. Still a lot of you preppers out there, you need to prep for in case of any situation, So me, I'm like, well, thank God Higgins and I's figured out what scanner I'm buying. So, well, it did. Just waiting for it to ship, which Amazon's delaying the shipping on it. But you know what? You can't just sit there and complain. Just got to wait patiently. And of course, Chloe's like, your gift card. Yeah, well, I mean, literally, she's like 2 weeks. Yeah. And then next month will be like 2 weeks. And then next week will be 2 weeks. And, I've always been wondering. Oh, okay. Me and Higgins were joking about a couple things the other day. So I'm just checking things like weight and, okay. So everyone deserves nice things. That's what Zoe would say. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Since my email's up, I just want to check this. Okay. People say to me, oh, yes, you must be happy about it. I'm like, yeah, no, not really. Yeah, Higgins and I made a joke the other day about something, and he was funny, He's like, oh, my, yeah, So, well, I think it was today or something. He was asking about Zoe the other day or something, and I said something, and he said something, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, and then he was joking about that. Let me check something, anyways. Okay, that answers that. Higgins is funny as hell, He's funny as hell. Hold on, I'm going to add this to cart because I'm curious about something. Decline. All right, I want to see this. All right, so I just want to know the shipping. Hold on, I just want to see this. Okay, so apparently okay. All right. Yep. Yep. So, Anywho, it's almost 9. I gotta call Dad soon, so I'm gonna log off soon. But sorry about that. I was enjoying myself. You guys need to keep prepping and prep away. Always prep, and simple is as simple does. Yeah. Sometimes simple is as simple does. But ramen for dinner, yeah. Chips, keep that on hand as a snack. Donuts, well, you know how it is. So, for the rest of you out there, I just want to say I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Just keep on prepping. The first part of prepping is simple. You need to, like I said, pre-prep. We're in a snowstorm, so we're pre-prepping. Hopefully, and power goes out, my advocate made a joke to me in an email. It's like, should I go call anyways? But sponge bathing ain't gonna be good. I don't feel too bad sponge bathing myself. It gives you guys something to talk about, when people sit there and say, oh, this is a fact of life, this is the experience that you get. If you don't enjoy the experience, then what are you? People say, thing is, you gotta live as a, live. And if there's ways to keep clean. That's why, as a prepper, you prep for all situations. I mean, literally. In the end of the day, at least you're clean, right? I know I am. A little bar soap and a little soapy soap, you're good to go. So, with that said, remember, keep prepping, keep your batteries on hand. You have your radios, your portable TV, whatever you need for your preps, keep it maintained for disasters like this. And I call it a disaster because it's basically a natural disaster. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to go check the mail and log out. So, for the rest of you out there, thanks for watching, and please add, subscribe, please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button, so fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, the service dogs, the service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, hit the thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and just keep comments nice as all I ask. If you like my comment, send me a gift card if you wish, no pressure. You can find my About Me page, and if you want to send me an email and give me suggestions, great. If not, well, if I don't see you until then, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.